Can Iraq really reduce the value of the US dollar? A deep dive into the central bank's strategy. The Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, has recently made headlines with its announcement that it plans to reduce the value of the US dollar within Iraq in the coming days. This statement has sparked significant debate and speculation. Can Iraq truly influence the value of the US dollar? How will this impact the Iraqi Dinar, IQD, and the economy? And what role does the controversial Delete the Zeros project play in all of this? In this article, we will break down Iraq's strategy, explore the realities of currency valuation, and analyze whether the CBI's plan is feasible. Can Iraq control the value of the US dollar? To answer this question, we need to understand how currency values are determined. The US dollar, USD, is a global reserve currency, meaning its value is influenced by a complex mix of factors such as US Federal Reserve policies, global trade balances, interest rates, investor confidence. Since Iraq does not control these factors, it cannot directly alter the value of the US dollar itself. However, what Iraq can do is manipulate the exchange rate between the Iraqi dinar and the US dollar. This means the CBI's goal is to strengthen the dinar rather than directly devalue the dollar. By strengthening the dinar, Iraq could make it appear that the US dollar is losing value in Iraq. But in reality, this would simply mean that one US dollar buys fewer Iraqi dinars than before. The Delete the Zeros project. A game changer? One of the biggest pieces of Iraq's economic strategy is the Delete the Zeros project, which has been discussed for years. The idea behind this project is to remove 3 zeros from the current dinar denominations. For example, a 1,000 IQD note would be redenominated to 1 IQD. Why would Iraq want to do this? The key motivations behind this project are making transactions easier. Carrying large stacks of currency can be inconvenient for both individuals and businesses, boosting confidence in the dinar. If done correctly, this could increase trust in the Iraqi currency and reduce dependence on the US dollar, increasing the purchasing power of the dinar. Theoretically, a stronger dinar means that goods and services become more affordable for Iraqi citizens. The challenges of removing zeros. While this idea sounds appealing, it is not a simple process. The biggest risks include inflation. If not managed properly, removing zeros could cause rapid inflation, hurting consumers. Public trust issues. If citizens fear that the move will devalue their savings, they may rush to convert their dinars into dollars, causing economic instability. Economic readiness. Iraq needs a stable banking system and economic infrastructure to ensure that this transition is smooth. If Iraq does not implement strong policies to manage this transition, it could lead to severe financial disruption rather than economic stability. The role of oil in Iraq's currency strength. Oil plays a critical role in the strength of the Iraqi dinar. Iraq's economy is heavily dependent on oil exports, meaning any change in oil prices directly impacts its currency value. If oil prices rise, Iraq earns more revenue, which can strengthen the dinar. If oil prices fall, the government may struggle to support the economy, leading to a weaker dinar. A prime example of this was in 2020, when oil prices crashed due to the global pandemic. Iraq's economy suffered, and the government had to take emergency measures to stabilize the dinar. What happens next? Key factors to watch. If you're following Iraq's economic situation closely, here are some key indicators to watch. 1. Oil prices. Since oil is Iraq's main economic driver, fluctuations in oil prices will have a direct impact on the dinar's strength. 2. Inflation rates. If inflation starts rising in Iraq, it could signal economic instability, which
1. Verify your bank's approval. Contact your branch or compliance officer. Ask directly, is this institution authorized by the Central Bank of Iraq to handle Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese Dong exchanges under new compliance standards? 2. Gather required documents. Proof of purchase of your currency, government-issued ID tax identification social security number, or equivalent receiving bank account info. 3. Have a backup. If your institution is not approved, immediately open an account with one that is. 4th, act early. Don't wait for the official public rollout. Once that begins, systems may crash, appointments will vanish, and delays will stack up. 5. Stay updated. Only follow verified sources like the Central Bank of Iraq, IQD VND News, and your country's regulatory websites. Tiered exchange rates. Not all offers will be equal. A tiered system is being implemented. This means top-tier banks with full global compliance may offer superior rates. Mid-tier or indirectly affiliated banks may provide less favorable terms. Unapproved banks are completely excluded and pose a financial risk. Aligning with the right institution now could mean the difference between maximum return and missed opportunity. Global investors. What it means for the US, UK, and Canada currency holders in the United States, United Kingdom, and Canada must be proactive. Many popular banks in these countries are not yet approved. Don't assume size equals safety. Some large institutions have yet to meet the required compliance levels. Ask for proof. Get everything in writing. If your bank isn't ready, don't wait. Switch or set up secondary options now. Rising threat. Beware of sophisticated scams. As awareness spreads, so do scams. Be on guard against unlicensed agents or brokers, fake exchange platforms, deepfake videos with forged endorsements, imitation websites using counterfeit bank logos. If someone offers a deal that sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Only exchange through verified, approved institutions listed by the Central Bank of Iraq. Summary: 5 essential steps to prepare. 1. Confirm your bank is approved. Don't assume, verify it. 2. Gather all documentation, currency receipts, ID, tax info. 3. Open a new account with an approved bank if needed. 4th, act immediately to avoid the post-launch rush. 5. Follow only verified, regulated sources for information. Iraq's new financial era, bigger than revaluation. This isn't just a revaluation, it's a reinvention of Iraq's financial identity, reduces black market activity, stabilizes price volatility, improves investor confidence, empowers small businesses and citizens. Signals Iraq's readiness for global economic integration. Iraq is saying to the world, we are done with uncertainty. We are open for legitimate, secure, and sustainable business. Final phase. The countdown begins. While an official public exchange launch date has not been announced, insider reports suggest we are in the final preparation phase. Internal testing is underway. Infrastructure is ready. Security protocols are active. When the green light comes, only those who have prepared will benefit. Treat this moment as your final dress rehearsal. The next chapter of economic empowerment is starting. Will you be ready? Subscribe, share, and stay vigilant. At IQD VND News, we bring you fact-based, real-time guidance you can trust. Subscribe, share with fellow investors, and prepare for the opportunity of a lifetime. This isn't just about currency, it's about economic transformation. Turn the page with us and enter a new financial era.